All right, welcome to another episode of Video Clerks Rental Reviews. I'm Cassidy, and back with us now is
Christopher.
Why are you confused about your own name?
I don't know.
Christopher.
Christopher, I like that better.
He took a holiday break, but now he's back. And today is our Oscar Buzz episode. We took a trip down to a nearby town to see some movies that our town wasn't playing. And we're going to review Black Swan, 127 Hours, The Fighter, and True Grit. And I will start the show off by reviewing Black Swan. So here is a clip for that. Okay, now Black Swan is directed by acclaimed director Darren Aronofsky, director of Requiem for a Dream and The Wrestler. And with this, we have a story about a girl named Nina who is kind of a vulnerable and shy but very devoted ballerina who just got the part in a new production of Swan Lake by this ballerina company that's fronted by a character named Thomas Leroy, played by Vincent Cassel. And he has this new take on it where both the White Swan and the Black Swan are going to be played by the same person. So the character, the ballerina playing both parts, has to be able to both be virginal and shy and vulnerable, which is exactly how Nina, or played by Natalie Portman, is. But she has a hard time being able to play that darker side because she's very, very repressed, and her mother has kind of always been on her back and never really let her grow up, and kind of living vicariously through her because she wanted to be a successful ballerina and never was. And as the movie goes on, it kind of goes from like sort of a docudrama, behind the curtain ballerina movie into dark and surreal, almost horror movie at parts, and it becomes a Darren Aronofsky film. if you've seen Requiem for a Dream, or you've seen even The Fountain, you know that he has a sense where he can get really dark and he can get very surreal. And at parts, this movie reminded me, towards the middle act especially, reminded me a little bit of movies like Videodrome and Mulholland Drive, where the line between reality and fantasy and what's in our mind and what isn't, those kinds of things get blurred. And then on the on-stage stuff, the camera works in a different way, and it starts to become like almost a little reminiscent of movies like The Red Shoes. And then all the docudrama stuff is not all that unlike The Wrestler. So in a way, this is sort of the culmination of all of his work previous, and I absolutely love this movie. I think it's just a complete thrill. Like it's one of those feelings you get when you're in the hands of a director and they're playing you like a fiddle, and you know that they are, but you're okay with it, kind of in a Hitchcock sort of fashion, that kind of style of direction where he's just pulling those strings on you, and you're just tense the entire movie, and it just builds and it builds and it builds. And Natalie Portman will win Best Actress for this movie, I'm sure.
All right, so what do you rate it?
I give it an A+.
A+. Well, I am right there with you. Definitely give this one an A. I don't quite give it the plus. Not sure why. I didn't feel like it needed that plus.
Well, it's not for everybody. It's going to turn just as many people off as it does on.
It was still, well, it definitely turned some people on. That was some good sex scenes in that. But crazy, crazy movie. Loved every aspect of the Mila Kunis / Natalie Portman dynamic, where she starts freaking out that she's going to get replaced. Kind of a much more awesome version of Showgirls.
Much more awesome.
Much more awesome version. So there was that aspect. I really like the crazy mother. I mean, where Natalie Portman just decides to start rebelling, and finally,
almost elements of Carrie in there.
Oh yeah, so close. Yeah, just that really overprotective mother. Yeah, and then just has that twinge of insanity. Like it was just. That was really awesome, and I really liked. Was it Vincent
Cassel?
Vincent Cassel is the guy was just a good creepy director guy. Just how you think a ballet director who's preying on all the weaknesses of these women it should be, just so full of himself and is like, yeah, I can have you whenever I want. And then it was really.
But you get the idea also that he is talented and knows what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he's not
even though he's a complete sleazeball.
Very sleazy. But really enjoyed the dark twist and the horror movie elements where there's because her brain starts changing into I'm the Black Swan and goes dark, and all of a sudden things are just more than just crazy. Yeah. Lots of excitement in the movie.
Yeah, and by the end of the movie, you are just completely done. It's just completely worked you over. It's one of those movie-going experiences that I love, like I said, where you're just totally in the hands of a director who's just playing you the whole time. Yeah. And by the end of the movie, you were just bowled over by the experience of it.
You're just sitting there in that cold silence, right when the credits are going, and you're still sitting there going, oh my goodness. Really, really fun.
All right.
So we go to the next movie.